Good evening. It's just gone 6 o'clock. It's Saturday the 17th of August and welcome to our weekly news programme. And in the news this week, Radipole Park Gardens was officially opened last Saturday by the Friends Group following a £1.5 million lottery funded refurbishment. The project was finally completed in August and has brought some spectacular improvements that include a new adventure playground, cafe and toilets, improved car parking, a sensory garden, a petanque court, outdoor table tennis tables, a multi-use games area and new walkways and landscaping. The park now offers several facilities and activities such as table tennis, basketball, football, tennis, petanque, nature trail, face painting, playing on the scooter track or trying your feet at hopscotch. The cafe is now open and serves hot and cold drinks, cakes, mouth-watering bacon butties and ice cream. A new sensory garden is also available for you to wander through, where you can touch and sniff the different scented leaves in the raised herb beds. So somewhere to go if you fancy a few hours out and about in Weymouth. Now, on the 6th of August, Dorset Council was granted prior approval for the change of use of Vespasian House in Dorchester from commercial business and service to residential accommodation, and planners have approved the development of 31 dwellings. Vespasian House in Barrack Road opposite the Keep Military Museum was built in the 1970s and originally housed government departments, and most recently has been leased by the NHS for offices and also served as a temporary COVID vaccination centre. Some conditions of the planning approval include measures for noise attenuation which must be carried out before occupation. The parking facilities shown on the plans must be in place before the development is occupied to ensure the highway is safe and is not adversely impacted upon, and there is a time limit of 3 years by which time the development must have been completed. Assistant Chief Constable Mark Callaghan of Dorset Police says the force continues to relentlessly investigate any reported crime and disorder linked to the recent protest activity and will take action against those suspected of being involved. Police officers have been reviewing footage from recent Weymouth and Bournemouth protests and are building evidence to act against those reported to be involved in criminal activity, resulting in further arrests being made. As a result, a number of people have now been arrested and some have started to be put before the courts, and many have been found guilty and are getting significant custodial sentences. Assistant Chief Constable Callaghan commented, "We have been clear that we will not tolerate any reported violence, disorder or hate crime in our communities, and we will work with victims and community leaders from all areas to ensure victims are supported and robust action is taken." A local campaign to reduce waste medicines has been shortlisted for a national award. The campaign, called Only Order What You Need, saw NHS Dorset collaborate with community pharmacies and general practice to raise awareness of medicines waste and ask people to check their orders when submitting their prescription requests. Around 50,000 people in Dorset have repeat prescriptions for multiple medications every month, and it's estimated that 1.6 million repeat prescription items are wasted unnecessarily in Dorset each year. Following its launch in early 2024, the cost of repeat prescriptions in Dorset have been reduced by £450,000. The success of the campaign has seen it shortlisted for in the Medicines, Pharmacy and Prescribing Initiative of the Year category of the 2024 Health Service Journal Awards. Head of Medicines Optimisation with NHS Dorset, Peter Cope, said, "I wanted to say how proud we are of our teams and say a big thank you to all our partners who have helped make this campaign happen in Dorset. I'd also like to thank people who have helped avoid medicine waste, save money and improve our environment." The winners will be announced at a ceremony which takes place in London on the 21st of November. We now come to this week's appeals from Dorset Police. Officers are appealing for witnesses or anyone with dashcam footage to come forward after a dangerous driving incident near Dorchester. At around 11:20 a.m. on Wednesday the 14th of August, a heavy goods vehicle collided with a barrier at the railway crossing on Moreton Road in Woodsford. The vehicle failed to stop at the scene. Police Constable Keir Dagnall of the roads policing team said this incident caused the barrier to snap off, meaning the road was closed for a number of hours and trains were impacted. I'm appealing to anyone who was travelling in the area and saw what happened or who has relevant dashcam footage to please get in touch. I'd also like to speak to the driver of the lorry so I can take their account of what happened. Next, officers investigating a public order incident in Weymouth and are appealing witnesses or anyone with information to come forward. It is reported that around 7 p.m. on Tuesday the 13th of August, a man racially abused a group of people outside the Nook cocktail bar. Police Constable Chloe Longman of Weymouth Police said, "I am carrying out inquiries to establish the full circumstances of the incident. With it being the height of the summer season, there would have been lots of tourists in the town at the time, so I'm appealing for anyone who may have witnessed what happened. I'm also appealing to motorists driving in the area to please check their dash cams and see if they've recorded anything of relevance." Now, if you can help with either of these incidents or any other crime that's happened in the Dorset, Bournemouth and Christchurch area, do please get in touch with Dorset Police by calling either 101, or if you wish to give the information anonymously, you can do this via the Crime Stoppers charity by calling 0800 555 111. Now, the Abbey Farm Flower Festival in Abbotsbury will take place this coming week, and the four ladies in the picture are preparing themselves for the Flower Festival. It will take place over the weekend from Thursday, August the 22nd through to the bank holiday Monday, August the 26th, and it will be by the Medieval Barn in Abbotsbury. Amongst events planned are walks on wildflowers, berries, a writing walk, talks on roses, dahlias and orchids, plus demos of sustainable flower arranging and sustainable church flowers. And there's much more to do as well at the event, and you can find out more information on the specific website for Abbey Farm in Abbotsbury, and that's abbeyfarmabbotsbury.co.uk. That's abbeyfarmabbotsbury.co.uk. Now, the Dorset History Centre houses thousands of photos from bygone eras, from overdressed Victorian summers, hard-working Edwardian summers, chilly fates from the 50s to fun at the fair, and sporting lasses from their 20s. Their repositories hold them all. Now, it's been open today, and I'm sorry I haven't given you advance notice of this. By the time it came out, it was well through the week, and obviously missed our programme last week. But it's been open today, where there was a free exhibition showing images drawn from a wide range of archive collections illustrating summers in Dorset over the last 150 years. It's an opportunity to see unique materials, including photographs, slides and postcards, not available in digital format. Now, if you want to learn more about the work of the Dorset History Centre, or you're trying to research something to do with local history, then you can get in touch with them or see what they do via their website, which is www.dorset-council.gov.uk/Dorset-History-Centre, or obviously go on to Google and search for Dorset History Centre. It's basically the archive centre for everything historic in Dorset. Now, 4 youngsters from Weymouth area have moved into a newly established supported living service in the town that is designed to enable them to live more independent lives. The new initiative forms part of Dorset Council's Transition Service, which oversees the care and support of eligible young people aged between 14 and 25, enabling a more seamless move from children's services into adult services. Experienced Care Dorset colleagues support the young people to develop a range of life skills, including financial management, washing, cleaning and cooking at the property in Dorchester Road, Weymouth, to prepare them for life in their local community. Councillor Jill Taylor, who's the Cabinet Member for Housing, welcomed the initiative, saying that the young people were being helped to engage with employment, volunteering, education and learning, as well as leisure and social opportunities. She said this service enables our young people to gain confidence and live independently in their own community. In time, it encourages them to move on to more permanent accommodation to enable more young people to benefit. Now, rebalancing lives, seeking companionship, keeping fit and helping overcome grief are all reasons why adults over 50 have been taking up the Weymouth Outdoor Education Centre's paddle boarding courses. Mark Chafee recently completed a kayaking course with Wyke and lead instructor Tanya Budd, which he described as fantastic and leapt at the opportunity to undertake a 6-week paddleboarding block. The paddleboarding course has taken the group to the River Froome in Wareham, the River Brit in West Bay, and to the River Stow in Eye Bridge, Wimborne. And Mark has been impressed with the enthusiastic leaders. He says, "They are so encouraging and they make everyone at ease. There is a great sense of camaraderie and friendship with the others." For Mark, getting out and meeting people has been helpful for him, as his partner passed away last year, and he's been captivated by the beautiful Dorset wildlife glimpses from the board, including swans and their cygnets. Wyke has been providing support for Michael Trunks through the Access to Work programme. Michael has been working alongside 2 instructors on the course, and he has seen how people have grown in confidence. They are now much more independent, more balanced on the board, he said. Tanya Budd, who's the Wyke Centre manager, said the evening 3-hour 6-week paddleboarding course was proving very popular among people in their 50s and 60s who were looking to keep fit and meet new people. Families in Dorset can now visit the online Family Hub, where they can find information, guidance and advice. As well as the physical family hubs currently open in Bridport, Dorchester, Ferndown, Swanage, Wareham and Wimborne, the online Family Hub can be accessed anytime and anywhere, giving Dorset families a vital online resource to use. The idea behind the Family Hubs is to provide a safe and welcoming space where families can access support in one place, conveniently located in the centre of their communities. By using the online Family Hub, families can get information and advice on a range of topics from the comfort of their own homes. For example, families can find information on maternity services, baby and toddler groups, and much more, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, if you want to access the online Family Hub, if you search on Google for Dorset Council Online Family Hub, you will find how to get to the website. Now, this week we'll see the launch of Dorset Council's Beryl e-bikes in Portland, Weymouth and Dorchester, a new e-bike share scheme linking coast to town and beyond. Richard Biggs, who's the Deputy Leader of Dorset Council, and Phil Ellis, co-founder and Chief Executive of Beryl, will launch the scheme on Tuesday this week. There will be 121 e-bikes available for hire across Dorchester, Weymouth and the Isle of Portland from Tuesday, encouraging sustainable transport habits and enabling more ways to explore the beautiful area. They will be bookable, the bikes that is, will be bookable via a Beryl app. Beryl is Beryl, so a Beryl app that you can download on your phone. E-bikes are hired from and returned to designated Beryl bays, and there is one of those I've noticed marked on the road, and presumably some sort of frame, and the bikes will arrange opposite the Tesco's on Portland Road in Weymouth, and there's another one on Lanehouse Rocks Road as well. So they are already starting to mark out where these are going to be. There will be 30 bays across Dorchester, Weymouth and Portland. They have all been carefully located following consultation with communities and key stakeholders. Flexible payment options are available, pay as you ride, minute bundle and various pass options. Beryl currently operates 202 bikes with Dorset Council, and launched in August 2022. The bikes are available to hire from 55 bays across Wimborne, Coal Hill, West Parley, West Moors, Ferndown, Upton and Corfe providing convenient link up with the neighbouring Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole bike and e-bike scheme and e-scooter share scheme. The scheme is operated by Beryl on behalf of Dorset Council, with initial setup costs funded by the council. Compared to the conventional bikes, e-bikes are an easier access point for people who have limited cycling confidence or experience and people who are looking to take up cycling. They're also great for commuting, with the extra power requiring less effort, and allow users to arrive at work as fresh as when they left the house. The scheme is a cost-effective, convenient and simple to use e-bike share scheme and can help decarbonise urban transport systems by encouraging people to adopt more sustainable transport habits. Doing this can contribute towards reducing the traffic congestion, getting people active and improving public health, as well as reducing carbon emissions and improving air quality. So that starts on Tuesday this week, the Beryl Bike schemes. Look out for those bays, download the app, and why not consider hiring a bike to take a journey from Wyke into Weymouth, or from Dorchester into Weymouth or from Scotland across to Wyke or wherever you need to get to. Now, Dorset Council has joined forces with Citizens Advice and Shelter to inform residents about a specialist housing helpline which can help people avoid becoming homeless. The Housing Advice Line campaign is appearing on road sweepers and bin lorries across the heart of communities in Dorset, ranging from places like Ryan, Regis to Shaftesbury and Swanage. And I guess you're wondering why there were bin lorries on the street when I'm talking about housing, and that's exactly why. 16 new banners have been placed on the sides of refuse trucks to encourage residents to seek help early if they have any concerns about housing costs. Cabinet Member for Housing and Health, Councillor Jill Taylor, says, "I think a lot of residents in Dorset don't know that our housing service can help them, which is why we're putting this information on the side of bin lorries to reach as many people as we can. Prevention is the key to avoiding homelessness, and we hope that by working in collaboration with Shelter and Citizens Advice, we can avoid residents moving out of their home wherever possible. High energy bills, sharp interest rate increases and stagnant wages have left some people facing homelessness or in rent or mortgage arrears for the first time in their lives. Our records show that the residents are contacting the council when they are in crisis mode and are facing eviction, so we want anyone who has concerns about their housing costs to call us, and the number is 01305 221133, so that's 01305 221133. The partnership can support people when they start to feel financial hardship and are at risk of losing their home. The campaign can help with things such as private rents, living in social housing, somebody who's got a mortgage, somebody who's a landlord, or somebody who's a letting agent. So that's the new housing advice service there. Now, we all love getting outside at this time of year, being in nature, going for lots of walks in the countryside, and some of the best months to spend time looking after our well-being. But walking and being in nature has a range of health benefits, including improving mood, reduced feelings of anxiety and stress. Being in nature can also help people cope during challenging times. Now, Dorset has a wealth of green spaces. Our county has over 40 countryside sites, including 2 country parks and a national nature reserve. We can enjoy all that Dorset has to offer and make the most of being outdoors in our countryside, whilst also being aware of some of the health issues we might get. And one of those that Public Health Dorset is asking us to watch out for is to be aware of ticks this summer. Now, ticks can occur at any time of the year, but tick activity is its peak during the spring and through all of the summer months. Ticks are small arachnids that can carry disease such as Lyme's disease and can be found in woodland, grassland and moorland. Ticks can also be found in some urban parks and gardens. When enjoying the great outdoors with friends and family, whether it's to participate in walking, running, gardening, camping or picnicking, make sure you and others are tick aware. To reduce the risk of getting bitten, follow this simple tick trick. So here we go. The tick trick is: think before you go out and about the country parks, fields and green spaces. Readily use insect repellents. Inspect yourself and others. After long walks, check your skin and clothing for ticks. Be sure to brush them off. Cover up. Wear light coloured longer clothing. Keep moving. Walk on paths if you can. And don't dwell in long grassy areas. That's how to be tick aware. Now, if you do get a tick bite, remove it safely as soon as possible following the following steps. Use fine tipped tweezers or a specialist tick remover tool. Now, you can buy those online, or you can often get them at vets because they sell them for dogs and animals. Grasp the tick as close as the skin as possible. Slowly pull upwards, taking care not to squeeze or crush the tick. Dispose of it when you have removed it. Clean the bite with antiseptic soap and water. And definitely don't try and smother the tick with things like nail varnish or anything like that, or try burning it. The trick is to get the tick out whole by using a tick remover tool or some tweezers and gently pulling it out. Now, if you've been bitten by a tick recently, spent time outside and developed flu-like symptoms or a sort of a red ring around the bite, contact your GP or call NHS 111, or go online to the NHS website and look for Lyme disease to find out the symptoms and check that you haven't got it. And obviously if you have, then you need to get some assistance as soon as possible so that can be treated, because it can be quite nasty. And finally, in the headlines this week, a vital charity is appealing for new volunteers so that it can continue to provide its much needed service. The Yeovil Freewheelers, better known as YFW Blood Bikes, are currently seeking volunteers to join the charity as the need for their service grows. And you might think, why am I asking you about Yeovil Freewheelers? Well, the reason is that the Yeovil Freewheelers, or the Blood Bike Service, is a charity that covers both Dorset and Yeovil areas. YBW Blood Bikes are hosting a fundraising and recruitment event on Sunday, August the 18th, that's tomorrow, on the Weymouth Esplanade from 10 a.m. At present, the charity is made up of more than 100 members, some of whom are retired and others who work full and part-time jobs and donate their time for free. Volunteer Chris Napton said, "We would really like to find additional volunteers in the area, and we are looking for every role, not just the riders. We have had a really busy year. General costs are going up, and it's the generous donations that are keeping the fleet on the road. A couple of weeks ago we had to get medical equipment to Dorset County Hospital, otherwise they would have had to transfer the patient from Dorchester to Southampton for surgery. The thanks that we get from the hospital is phenomenal. YFW Blood Blights is a not-for-profit charity that provides a free 24/7 emergency medical courier service to local NHS trusts, which at times can be a life-saving service, transporting a range of items such as blood, platelets, blood and tissue samples, medication and medical equipment when it's urgently required." Chris added, "Many think that to get involved with the charity they must be able to ride a motorcycle or hold an advanced rider qualification. Although this is true for becoming a rider, the reality is that we also have many non-riding roles that are just as important as our riders. Without members of our events team attending various fundraising events, to our controllers answering calls from the hospitals we support, our riders and the charity as a whole would not be able to continue providing the free emergency services that we do and have done so since 1978, resulting in being the longest service group in the UK. We will have volunteers from a range of different roles within the charity who can explain more about what is involved, along with one of our marked bikes to grab a picture on and have a look around." So that's tomorrow, Weymouth Esplanade at 10 a.m. Now, for more information about the Yeovil Freewheelers Blood Bikes, you can go to www.yfwbloodbikes.org. That's yfwbloodbikes.org. And it's a very worthy service. I often see the blood bikes driving around, and as we say today, it isn't just blood, it's medical equipment, it's tissue samples, it's medications that they are rushing between various hospitals in the area to help the hospital service. Now, that's the end of our headlines in tonight's news, and it's now time in today's programme to go over to our regular contributor Andrew Wright for this week's film review and preview.
Welcome to White Regis TV Film Review and Preview. I'm Andrew Wright. This weekend, Alien Romulus arrives in cinemas as the 7th film in the Alien franchise. The film stars Kaylee Spaney and Isabel Merced and takes place between Alien and Aliens. It's also from the director of the 2013 Evil Dead film and 2016's Don't Breathe. The film revolves around a group of young space colonists who come face to face with one of the titular xenomorphs whilst scavenging a derelict space station. Currently, the film has the best reviews for the franchise since Aliens in the 80s, with critics praising the film honours its predecessors, like Alien and Aliens, whilst injecting fresh blood and new scares into the franchise. So, any fans of Alien will want to go check it out, and probably if you're just a fan of horror as well. Alien Romulus is in cinemas this weekend. This week, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, was released on home video. The film is the 5th film in the Mad Max series and is a prequel spin-off to Mad Max Fury Road. The film stars Lila Brown and Anya Taylor-Joy as Furiosa, originally played by Charlize Theron in Fury Road. This film, Furiosa, covers the events of Furiosa's life for over a decade, from her kidnapping by the warlord Dementus, played by Chris Hemsworth, to her rise to the rank of Imperator under Immortan Joe. So basically, it's from her as a child to where we saw her in Fury Road. This is my first time watching the film. I've only ever seen one other Mad Max film, which was Fury Road. And with this film, I have to say I was quite disappointed. I thought Chris Hemsworth gave a great performance, as he usually gives great performances in everything that's not Marvel. And the movie displays flashes of brilliance, but the film is massively chaotic, digitized and wooden. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's just sort of meh, boring. I gave the film 2.5 stars out of 5. Other films that came out on home video this week is the horror film Tarot, about a group of American college English university, a group of friends who celebrate a birthday party and then find a haunted deck of tarot cards. I thought it was an absolutely terrible film. It was an absolutely terrible film. 1.5 stars. See my Letterboxd for more. And If, which is so far my favourite film of the year, best film of the year, about, a girl who tries to help a group of other people's imaginary friends. 5 stars. Absolutely love that film. That's all I have for this week, but be sure to check back next week where I'll be covering the latest films. Not sure what I'll be covering. I might just dig into my archive for some reviews that I didn't cover. Now I'm back to Gary in the studio.
Thank you, Andrew, and we'll be back with Andrew next week to see what he's got in store for us. It's now time in the programme where we go to the Met Office for the weekend weather forecast, and this week we are joined by Amy Bacata.
Hello and a very good afternoon to you today. Plenty of sunshine around through this afternoon, but there will still be some showers around, and further northwest it will be breezy too. And that's due to this area of low pressure giving some quite breezy conditions with that squeeze on the isobars, but further south we have this ridge of high pressure extending up from the Azores, giving some much more settled conditions across the south of the UK for the rest of the weekend. But back to today, so the southern and southeastern half of the UK seeing plenty of sunshine this afternoon, but further west a little bit more cloudier with the odd shower around, and those will be a little bit heavier the further north as well. Breezy still across the northwest coast of Scotland, and it'll be feeling quite chilly here, especially on those hills. Temperatures at best into the mid or high teens for Scotland, and a little bit warmer further south, maybe up to 25 degrees in some southeastern parts, and feeling quite warm in that sunshine where you see it. And then through the rest of this evening, that sunshine continuing quite hazy at times, and these showers will become a bit fewer and further between as we head through this evening. They will still continue though across northern parts, and overnight across parts of northern Scotland they could be quite heavy at times as well. But for much of the UK, it's going to be a dry and bright start to Sunday. Temperatures will be feeling quite fresh into the early double figures, and maybe even into the low mid-single figures if you're in the countryside as well. And actually through the rest of Sunday, we're going to see more in the way of sunshine. There still will be some cloud bubbling up as we head through the morning, but there will be lots of decent sunshine and less in the way of showers for the southwest and Wales. Further north though, they will continue, but again, they'll be a little bit lighter and fewer and further between than we've seen recently. Still quite breezy across the far northwest of Scotland, and here temperatures again still in the mid-teens and still feeling quite chilly in exposed spots. But further south we might get 25 degrees somewhere close to London, and with those light winds and that sunny spells again it'll be feeling pretty pleasant on Sunday. And then heading through the evening, lots of that evening sunshine will linger on for much of the country. Again, still going to have a few showers feeding into the western half of Scotland, but again, they'll be becoming fewer and further between. That's all from me. If you want to check out any more on the weather, please have a look at our YouTube channel.
Thank you very much, Amy. And now moving to our local weather forecast for the week ahead. Looks like continuing to be warm, with the risk once again of some thunderstorms, but yeah, probably going to be unsettled. And those of you that live down here on the south coast know that the weather's somewhat unreliable. With that ridgeway between us and Dorchester means that often the weather that is forecast to be here seems to go around the area and does miss us. So it's quite difficult if you're planning anything and want to follow the weather. It can be quite unreliable. Now, moving to our What's On section this week, coming up at Weymouth Pavilion. 22nd of August, The Magic of the Bee Gees. 24th of August, Amy, a tribute to Amy Winehouse. 25th of August, The Magic of the Beatles. 29th of August, Totally Tina. Just a few things coming up at Weymouth Pavilion. Do pop along to their website, weymouthpavilion.com, where you can see the full range of shows and other events coming up at Weymouth Pavilion. You can see availability of tickets and book online as well. Now, the Knowth Fort is currently in the summer season, and they've got summer fun at the Knowth Fort that is running through to the 1st of September. And basically, you're guaranteed to have a great fun for the whole family at the fort. There's hand-on exhibits, a wonderful cafe, freshly made food and refreshments, doggy water bowls and ice cream, stunning views, brand new family room to rest and play, not to mention the famous mouse hunt, which is popular with children of all ages. So make it a family day out. And what you do is, if you buy a ticket, it becomes an annual pass, which means that you can go back and visit again any time. 24th of August, they've got 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock a family disco, and 7:30 to 10 p.m. An adult disco. I think that's silent disco. Yeah, Dance by the Coast, silent disco. So that's 24th of August, 5 to 7 family disco, 7:30 to 10 p.m. adult disco. Limited tickets remaining, so do look online on their website to see availability, knowthfort.org.uk. Just reminding you once again that Abbotsbury and Portersham are celebrating their millennium. They've got a special website with all of their events on. That's map24.org, map24.org. And as we said, the Flower Festival is coming up, starting on Thursday, I think it was, and running through to the weekend. We've also got the B-Side Festival coming up soon. That's going to run from the 5th to the 8th of September. So watch out for that. And the launch evening will be at the Salt Restaurant down on Osprey Quay. And that's going to be showing a film that uniquely captures 209 portraits illuminated by the fleeting light of a single match, showing the diverse faces of Portland's community. Now that sounds really, really interesting, so that's something to look out for. This week on Thursday, the 22nd of August, there's also a piano recital here in Wyke, Regis, at All Saints Church at 12:45. Who's it by? Let me tell you. It is by Robert Sword, piano recital, 12:45 on Thursday the 22nd. Meditations on Time, Art and Mortality, evoked through folk-like melodies, plaintive harmonies and distinctive textures. Weymouth-based composer and pianist Robert Sword is well known in concerts at Wyke as member of the Celtic folk band Head North. In this short recital of pieces and accompanying stories from his latest album, we get the opportunity to explore another area of his extraordinary musical talents. It is free. It's a free recital, so that's Thursday this week, 22nd of August, 12:45. Of course, donations would be very welcome. Now, staying with All Saints Church, communion service there tomorrow at 8 a.m. and 9:30, and Sunday service at St Edmund's at Lane House at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Now, just to remind you that our quiz is coming up tonight at 7:30. You'll be very welcome to join us. That is available for everyone. It's free, it's family friendly, and it starts promptly at 7:30. Feet up about 7:20, and you'll be most welcome to join us. Now, that brings us to the end of this week's programme. If you've got any news or events you want to share with us and our viewers, please do drop us an email during the week to news@wykeregis.tv. news@wykeregis.tv. We would love to hear from you, and then we can share that in our programme next week or whenever relevant. Now, I hope you have a good weekend. Maybe you're out for a walk, or maybe you are doing some gardening. Whatever you have in store, enjoy your weekend, enjoy the week ahead, and I look forward to being back with you next Saturday at 6 o'clock. Good night.